Hello, and welcome to English Speaking Corner. This is your quiet place to practice, to listen, and to build your voice in English without any pressure. I am Sarah, and I am so happy you are here with us today.
And I am Mark. Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about something that happens to every single language learner. It happens to beginners, it happens to advanced speakers, and honestly, it even happens to native speakers sometimes.
That is right, Mark. We are talking about that scary moment of silence. You know the moment. Someone asks you a question. Maybe it is a difficult question. Maybe it's just a surprise. Your brain stops working. You want to answer, but the words are not there.
And then silence. 1 second passes, then 2 seconds, then 3 seconds. It feels like an hour. You start to panic. You feel your heart beating fast. You worry that the other person thinks your English is bad.
But here's the secret. The problem is not your English. The problem is just that you need a little bit more time to think. Thinking fast is hard, but sounding calm while you think is a skill you can learn.
Exactly. When native speakers need time to think, they do not stay silent. They use special words and phrases to fill the silence. We call these bridge phrases. They build a bridge between the question and your answer.
Today, we are going to practice 5 specific ways to build that bridge. We will help you stop freezing and start speaking, even when you don't know the answer yet. You'll know exactly what to say to buy yourself some time.
This is a shadowing lesson. That means we will speak, and then we will leave a space for you to speak. You don't need to worry about being perfect. You just need to open your mouth and make sound.
Before we begin, if you want to feel more confident in your daily life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We create these lessons to help you speak, not just listen. So, are you ready to fix the silence problem?
Let's get started. Our first technique is the simplest one, but it is also the most important. It is what we call the thinking noise.
Many students, when they are thinking, just make a flat sound. They say, or This is okay, but sometimes it sounds like you are unsure. It sounds like you are lost. We want you to sound like you are thinking actively.
Right. A native speaker uses intonation. They use music in their voice to show they are working on an answer. The most common thinking noise is actually a word. The word is well.
But we do not just say well. We stretch it out. We make it long. Listen to the music of it. Well. It goes up a little bit at the end. Well.
Let's practice this. Imagine I ask you, what do you want for dinner? You don't know yet. Instead of silence, you say, well, giving yourself time. Listen to Sarah again.
Well.
Now you try. I will leave a quiet space. You say it out loud. Stretch the word.
Well.
Good. Did you hear the pitch change? It tells the listener, I am thinking, please wait. Let's try another common sound. This one is Again, we don't want a short, angry sound. We want a thoughtful sound.
Let me see.
Oh, I like that one. Sarah added a phrase there. Let me see. This is perfect for when you are looking for information in your brain.
Exactly. It's like you are looking through a filing cabinet in your mind. You say, let me see.
Let's practice that combination. It's very natural. I will say it, and then you repeat it.
Let me see. Your turn. Excellent. Let's try it with a real question. Sarah, tell me, what was your favorite movie last year? Let me see. That is a difficult choice.
You see how natural that sounded? She didn't answer immediately. She bought herself about 3 seconds of time just by making a sound and saying a short phrase.
Now you try. Mark will ask you a question. Do not answer the question. Just use the thinking noise and the phrase, let me see.
Okay, here is the question. What is the best restaurant in your city?
Did you say it? Did you say, let me see? If you did, congratulations. You just avoided the awkward silence.
Let's move to our second technique. This one is very powerful because it makes the other person feel good. We call this the validator.
A validator is a phrase that tells the other person, your question is good. When you compliment the question, 2 things happen. First, the other person feels happy. Second, you get about 4 or 5 seconds to think about your answer.
This is perfect for job interviews or talking to your boss or even just chatting with a new friend. The most classic phrase is, "That is a great question."
It's simple, but it works. Notice the stress. We do not say, "That is a great question," like a robot. We put emotion into it. That is a great question.
Let's shadow this. Listen to the rhythm. That is a great question.
Now you try. Speak it out loud.
Let's do it one more time. Really emphasize the word great. That is a great question.
Your turn.
Nice. Now, maybe you want a variation. You can also say, that is an interesting question. This works well if the topic is a little more serious or intellectual.
Listen to me. That is an interesting question.
Now you try.
Good. And here is one more variation for this technique. This is for when someone asks you something new, something you have not considered before. You can say, "I have never thought about that before."
This is a very honest phrase. It explains why you are hesitating. You are not silent because you do not speak English. You are silent because the idea is new. I have never thought about that before.
Let's practice this one. It is a little longer, so we will go slowly. I have never thought about that before.
Repeat after Sarah.
Let's speed it up a little bit to natural speed. I've never thought about that before.
Your turn.
Wonderful. Now let's simulate a conversation. Mark is going to ask you a difficult question about the world. I want you to use a validator. You can say, "That is a great question," or "I have never thought about that before."
Here is the question. Do you think people will live on Mars in the future?
Great job. By saying that phrase, you stayed calm, you kept the conversation flowing, and your brain had time to decide if you believe in Mars colonies or not.
Let's move on to technique number 3. This is the clarification loop.
This is my favorite technique for buying a lot of time. Sometimes you need more than just 2 seconds. Maybe you need 10 seconds. The best way to get 10 seconds is to ask the person to repeat themselves or to check if you understand.
Exactly. But we do not just say, "What?" or "Repeat, please." That can sound a little rude or aggressive. We want to sound polite and engaged.
A great phrase for this is, "Just to make sure I understand. Do you mean?"
This is brilliant. You are asking them to confirm their meaning. While you are saying this long sentence, your brain is working on the answer. And then when they answer you with yes, you have even more time.
Let's break it down. The first part is, "Just to make sure I understand."
Try saying just that part, just to make sure I understand.
Your turn.
And the second part is, "Do you mean?" followed by your own words.
So the full phrase sounds like this. "Just to make sure I understand. Do you mean we should leave now?"
Let's practice the phrase, "Do you mean?" It is very useful. Do you mean?
Your turn.
Another version of this technique, which is a little shorter, is simply asking them to rephrase. You can say, "Could you explain what you mean by that?"
This is a very professional phrase. It is great for work. Could you explain what you mean by that?
Listen to the intonation. It goes down at the end. It is soft. Could you explain what you mean by that?
Now you shadow it.
Let's try this in a simulation. I am going to be your boss. I am going to give you a confusing instruction. I want you to use the clarification loop.
So Mark will speak, then you will say, "Just to make sure I understand. Do you mean?" You do not need to finish the sentence with perfect details. Just practice the start.
Okay, here's the situation. I need that report on my desk, but make sure it has the new data, not the old data.
Go ahead, use the phrase.
Did you say it? Just to make sure I understand? If you did, you successfully stopped the panic. You took control of the conversation.
That is the key, isn't it, Mark? Taking control. When you are silent, you feel out of control. When you ask a clarification question, you are the leader of the conversation.
Absolutely. Now let's look at technique number 4. This is the honest bridge.
Sometimes the best thing to do is just to be honest. You don't need to hide that you are thinking. You can just tell the person, "I am thinking."
But we want to do it smoothly. We don't want to say, "I am thinking," like a robot. A very natural phrase is, "Give me a second to think about that."
This is polite but firm. It tells the other person, "Stop talking for a moment. I am processing." And native speakers use this all the time.
Listen to the rhythm. Give me a second to think about that.
Notice how we connect the words. Give me a sounds like gimme a second.
Let's practice that connection. Give me a second.
Your turn.
Now the whole sentence. Give me a second to think about that.
Your turn.
Another variation of this is simpler. You can say, "Let me think about the best way to answer that."
Oh, I love that one. It makes you sound very smart. It implies that you have many answers and you are just choosing the best one.
Exactly. You are not lost, you are selective. Let me think about the best way to answer that.
Let's shadow that. It is a bit long, so listen carefully. Let me think about the best way to answer that.
Now you try.
One more time. Let's shadow that. It is a bit long, so listen carefully. Let me think about the best way to answer that.
Now you try.
One more time. Let me think about the best way to answer that.
Your turn.
Okay, let's try a simulation for this one. Imagine you are with a friend. They ask you for advice on a serious problem. You don't want to answer too quickly. You want to show you care.
I will be your friend. I ask, do you think I should quit my job and travel the world?
That is a big question. You cannot answer that in 1 second. Use the honest bridge. Tell Mark you need a second.
Do you think I should quit my job?
Did you use the phrase? Give me a second to think about that. It shows respect for the question.
We have one final technique for you today. Technique number 5. This is the subject change, or the pivot.
This is for when you really do not know the answer, or you do not want to answer. You can acknowledge the question, but then move the conversation to something you are more comfortable with.
A great phrase for this is, that reminds me of.
This allows you to connect the current topic to a story you know how to tell. If someone talks about inflation and you don't know the vocabulary for economics, you can say, that reminds me of a story I read in the news.
Or if someone asks about your weekend and you forgot what you did, you can say, that reminds me, I wanted to ask you about your weekend.
Let's practice the bridge phrase. That reminds me.
Listen to the stress. That reminds me.
Your turn.
And another useful pivot is, speaking of that.
This is very common. Speaking of that, and then you change the direction slightly.
Let's shadow it. Speaking of that.
Your turn.
Okay, we have learned 5 powerful techniques. The thinking noise, the validator, the clarification loop, the honest bridge, and the pivot. Now we are going to do something special.
We are going to do a hot seat simulator. This is where we mix everything together. We are going to ask you different questions. We will tell you which technique to use, and you have to use it immediately.
This helps you build muscle memory. You need to react without thinking too much. Are you ready?
Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. You are safe here. Let's begin.
Question number 1. I am asking you, what is the biggest challenge facing our society today?
Use the validator. Say it is a great question. Go.
Did you say, that is a great question? Good. Next one.
Question number 2. Where did you buy those shoes?
Use the thinking noise. Say, let me see. Go.
Did you make the sound? Let me see. Excellent.
Question number 3. Do you think the project deadline is feasible considering the current budget constraints?
Whoa, that is complicated. Use the clarification loop. Ask if they mean something. Go.
Did you start with, just to make sure I understand? Perfect. That buys you so much time to process words like feasible and constraints.
Question number 4. Why did you choose to learn English?
Use the honest bridge. Say you need to think about the best way to answer. Go.
Let me think about the best way to answer that. It makes your answer sound important.
Final question. How was your holiday?
Use the pivot. Say, speaking of holidays, how was yours? Go.
Speaking of holidays, it works like magic. You turn the pressure off yourself and put it back on the other person.
You did a fantastic job. I know it can feel strange to practice these phrases when you are alone in your room or walking with your headphones, but this is how you build fluency.
Fluency is not about knowing every word in the dictionary. Fluency is about flow. It is about keeping the river of conversation moving, even when there are rocks in the way.
These phrases are your tools to move around the rocks. They are your safety net. If you use them, you never have to be afraid of silence again.
I have a challenge for you for the next 24 hours. I want you to try to use one of these phrases in a real conversation. It does not even have to be in English. You can try the concept in your own language first to see how it feels.
Or, if you are speaking English to yourself, which we highly recommend, practice answering questions using these bridges. Ask yourself, what will I have for lunch? And answer, that is a great question. Let me see.
It sounds funny, but it trains your brain to react calmly, and being calm is the secret to speaking clearly.
We hope you feel a little more prepared for your next conversation. Remember, it is okay to take time. It is okay to think. You just need to let the listener know you are still with them.
If you found this lesson helpful, please click the like button. It helps us know that you want more content like this. And if you know a friend who gets nervous speaking English, share this channel with them.
We are building a community of confident speakers here at English Speaking Corner, and we are so glad you are part of it.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and remember, do not rush. Take your time.
You are doing great. We will see you in the next episode for more calm, clear English practice.
Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.